All right, so this is what your project will look like. This is the sheet that you have been assigned. You'll see that you do not have very many colors. So again, if you need a reminder, watch that video about conditional formatting to add more colors for your project. I'm going to show you how to change the background color so you don't have to type in 8,000 letters. And then I'm also going to show you just a few extra pieces of advice so you can troubleshoot your project. Let's say I want to do a dark color for my background, maybe black or blue, or if I added any colors here that are dark. Quick side note, make your colors first before you start filling in anything here. Figure out what colors you're going to be using. So I'm going to click in this space here, A2, and let's say I want the color black. Okay. Now let's just think real quick. If I'm doing this color black, you're not going to see these grid lines anymore, and you're basically going to be guessing where all of your cells are. It's kind of annoying to do it that way. So I'm going to very first fill in these whole spaces. And before I get too far, just a quick reminder. So your screen, you're not going to be able to see your sheet if you have it on regular Zoom. You can see that there's a lot of cells down here that when I'm up here, it only goes to 19. I can see all the way to BH, but I'm missing a big chunk at the bottom. So you can do Control minus, which zooms out. You don't have to work this tiny. I think I'm at 50% right now. And I can click right here and see, yes, I'm at 50%. You can also press reset if you want to have it larger. You don't have to work this teeny tiny. If you want to, go for it. But I would recommend every so often while you're working, zooming out so you can see what your whole picture looks like. Okay, so I'm going to click on this little cell here. I'm going to zoom back in so you can see what I'm doing. And grabbing that bottom corner until I see these little teeny tiny dotted lines. I'm going to go all the way across. Let's pretend that I had colors that went all the way up to the letter P. I'm going to put in a letter there. So let's pretend that these had colors. And I'm going to fill that in as well so I still have my original color bar. And then I'm going to select this whole entire row, all the cells, grab that. Oop, see, I messed up. Let's try that again. Go all the way across, grab that right corner, and then go all the way down. Again, you should see teeny tiny dashed lines. So now my whole background is filled in. Again, you will want to do this first before you start adding any designs on here. However, as I was saying, now I cannot see my grid lines anymore. So there's two ways that you can kind of work around this. One of them being changing the border colors. So I'm going to click this little thing that looks like a grid, click borders. The pencil color right now it's set to black. I'm going to change mine to be white. And then I'm keeping it on the thinnest. So again, I changed the border color, didn't do anything there. I'm going to select, if you click this top rectangle here underneath FX, that gives you the whole entire sheet is selected. So I'm going to, again, it's changed here already, click borders, the one that is all borders. So you can see there's a few different options, but I want all borders. And that's one way. If this kind of hurts your eyes, I don't know about for you, maybe I'm just getting old. For me, this hurts my eyes. Maybe you don't change it to white. So again, I can select all borders. Maybe I change it to like a bit of a darker gray. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so that's a little better. Again, this kind of hurts my eyes personally. Maybe for you, it's different. So I'm going to show you one other way to go about this. If you want to undo, there's a few ways. You can either press this little arrow right here, or you can do Control Z. Okay, or you can do edit, undo. You can also do redo, which is Control Y. Okay, so I'm going to show you this other way to change this background. So in the last video, I talked about conditional formatting. I still want my background to be black for my project. However, this kind of makes it where I can't see what's going on. So I'm going to go to Format, Conditional Formatting, and for my A, instead of having it black, I'm going to change it to a dark gray, or I'm sorry, a light gray. Hello, this is light. I'm going to change this to a light gray while I'm working. And then let's say I put in a bunch of characters and designs and I'm good and my whole project is finished. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my A, conditional formatting, and then change that back to black. I don't have to retype in anything. I can just change that and everything else will still be there. So again, there's two ways. You are the artist, whatever way works best for you. But just another reminder, please make sure that as you're working, because as you can see right now, I'm missing a big piece of the bottom, that you're filling in the whole space. So you might want to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back to 50%, and then I can see my whole entire image. Really cannot wait to see what you come up with. Please make sure that you are reading all of the directions and criteria and using your creativity to make an awesome project.